Welcome back to Arxflix. Today, we're diving into the research paper, Disentanglement via Latent Quantization. This paper introduces a novel method for disentangled representation learning by leveraging latent quantization with strong regularization. The researchers aim to separate a dataset's underlying variation sources, representing them independently. Here's an illustration of the inductive bias they propose. By quantizing the latent space into discrete code vectors and applying a high weight decay, the encoder constructs combinatorial codes from a small number of distinct scalar values. This method facilitates the consistent interpretation of these values by the decoder. Disentangled representation learning has historically been challenging due to ambiguities in problem statements, sensitivity to hyperparameters, and inefficient sample evaluation metrics. This paper aims to address these issues by adding a bias toward encoding and decoding from an organized latent space. The method involves two key steps: quantizing the model's latent representation into learnable discrete values using a scalar codebook per dimension, and applying strong regularization via high-weight decay. This figure depicts the latent quantization process, contrasting it with vector quantization. Here, the continuous representation is quantized onto a grid parameterized by dimension-specific codebooks, allowing efficient and consistent decoding. To evaluate the effectiveness of their method, the authors propose InfoMech, a set of metrics based on information theory. These metrics measure modularity, explicitness, and compactness of the representations. Using mutual information, they measure the extent to which sources and latents are deterministic functions of each other. These equations define info-modularity, info-compactness, and info-explicitness respectively, forming the comprehensive InfoMech metric framework. The quantized latent autoencoder, QLE, introduced in this paper consistently outperforms other strong methods without compromising data reconstruction quality. The researchers tested their approach on various benchmarks, showing dramatic improvements in modularity and explicitness. This figure shows the NMI, normalized mutual information, heat map for different models. The QLE achieves near-perfect InfoM, indicating highly modular and interpretable representations. The authors conducted rigorous experiments using datasets like Shapes 3D, MPI 3D, Falcor 3D, and Isaac 3D. The results highlighted the benefits of latent quantization combined with weight decay, significantly enhancing modularity and interpretability. Here are decoded latent interventions for QLE and BOA for the Isaac 3D dataset. QLE's representation maintained a clear and consistent relationship with the true sources of variation. This paper demonstrates that latent quantization, combined with strong regularization, can produce highly disentangled and interpretable representations. While the results are promising, future work should focus on developing benchmarks that reflect real-world conditions more accurately. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more summaries of cutting-edge research. Until next time on Arxflix. Thanks a lot to Element for supporting Arxflix and providing this wonderful voice.